Okay guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to be starting a brand new game. You might be thinking, we have not finished the other games, and that is correct. We will get back to them, but because it's October and it's Halloween season, I thought why don't we just start a new Halloween themed game. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and probably until we finish this game, because it's not very long, it should only be a few episodes. The game that we're going to be making is a very simple one, I think. I've never made it before, but all you have to do is, it's called a memory game or the card matching game. All you have to do is match the cards, so you flip over cards and then it reveals a picture or something on the card, and you have to match that with another one that's exactly the same. If the two don't match, then they flip back over and you have to start again. So that is the aim of this game. We're going to probably have 3 different settings. The first settings will be easy with like 5 or 10 maybe cards. The next one will be medium with a few more cards, and then hard with even more cards, and maybe even an expert setting with even more cards, but we'll see how long it takes us to get through this game. So for now, let's go back into Unity, and we will start by just making up the menu for this game, for this episode. I've got some assets that I've made, and also some just pictures that I've got of Google that we'll be using in this game series. So I will put a link in the description for these assets. They will be attached to the GitHub repo that we're going to be using. So if you need them, just go onto that and download them. But let's go into into Unity here and start creating it. So I've got a blank project open up here. Like I said, today the only thing we're going to be doing is setting up the project. Well, not setting the project set up. We're going to be setting up the game, and that will consist of the game scene and then a menu scene, and then maybe another level or difficulty level, what is it called, difficulty select scene, so you can choose what difficulty you want. So we'll go ahead and start doing the menu scene and then see how long that takes us. It shouldn't take us too long. We'll set up the background and we'll add in some cool buttons, try and style them a little bit so it looks like Halloween. And then we'll, as long as that doesn't go over about half an hour, we will start working on the difficulty level select scene. So here we are, brand new project. Let's go ahead and start. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my desktop and I'm going to simply drag in the project or the folder with all our assets on. So in here, I'll show you quickly. It's just got a bunch of pictures on it. I don't know if you can make this bigger, but we've got some backgrounds here that we're going to be using. So that one, this is going to be for our menu. So we're going to have like a play button here, and then that's going to take us to another menu where you select a difficulty, and then once you've selected a difficulty, it will take us to this background, which on here we will have all of our cards laid out in a grid, and then you have to start playing the game. So what are our cards? This is just going to be a button background, so we'll use that as like a texture, and then these are going to be all of our cards. So you have to somehow let's try and spread these out. Where are they going? So you have to somehow match these. So this one you'll obviously match to one that looks exactly like this. There's a house, there is a pot, there is a pumpkin, there's a wolf, I think that's a wolf, there's a cat, and then there's also a witch. So those are going to be our cards, and then this black card here is just going to be the back of the card that you will see at the start of the game. So you will click on this card and then it will reveal, hopefully, a random one of these with a symbol or picture on it, so that you have to match. So those are the assets that I have imported. Like I said before, they will be in the GitHub repo. So if you need them, or if you want to follow along with this game, go ahead and download them from there. It's just exactly what I just showed you. So let's go and start this. So first what I'm going to do is what am I going to do? I'm going to open up our sample scene that we're in, and I'm going to rename this to menu scene. Reload that. So in our menu scene, we want a picture. So a UI, we're going to add an image in it. So that's going to create a canvas for us automatically, which is exactly what we want because we will be working only in our canvas, I think. So for our image, I am going to set this equal to the full width and the full height. And then I am going to change the source image to the background that we want. So that's the one we want. And this is like I just moved my game panel just to the top here so I can see what it looks like. So, and this in here is our scene. So in here is, what is it called? It is the scene. This is what we want it to look like. We'll have our button over here that will say play. And then from there we will go into another scene. So let's go ahead and create that now. Let's go and create new scene. Where is it? Scene, there it is. So this is going to be our level select scene, like that. I'm going to open this up quick, save our previous menu scene. I'm going to do the same thing in here. I'm going to create a new image, so a UI image. For the image, I'm going to replace it with our background that we want, which is this one. I think we could probably find a different one, but for now we'll just leave this one. I'm going to set it equal to the full width and background, and then to press that button and set it to the full background, or to the full width and background, you have to hold down on a Mac options, and I think on a Windows key it is, what is it, command I think, or control, I can't remember, I haven't used Windows in a while, but that's how you get that's how you get all of these to change. So you can simply set it to full width or full height or both, instead of dragging it all the way from each side. So that's a simple way, save some time. Okay, so let's jump back into our menu scene and let's go ahead and create a new button. So on our canvas we will create a button over here. I'm going to zoom in here. We'll import this just because we need that, I think. So for our button, we will move it slightly down and we will make it a little bit bigger. I'm just going to replace the image as a background to the background that we wanted. It's a little bit, it kind of blends in a little bit, which is not exactly what we want, but it should be fine. I don't know, we'll maybe change it later on. But for now, we'll leave it like that. So on our button, let's go and make it bigger. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, just so we can get our numbers over here. So width, we want probably 200, I'll say, by, it's on 30 now, let's make it about 80. Or 80 by 250, that looks better. Okay, so what else do we want? We want to change the text. So here we want to say play, but obviously I don't like this font, so we're going to have to change that. Can we change it here? Font library, font asset, no. Font style, we'll bold it and make it capitals. And what else do we want? We want the color to probably be white so that it stands out a little bit. Also, yeah, I really don't like that background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset that background. So on the button, let's go and put it back to none. And then for now, I am going to, actually, you know what, let's leave it. We'll put it back. And then on top of this button, I'm going to add another image. So we'll add an image onto there, but we will offset it by about, what is it, negative 100. Negative, what's our button? Our button is 250, so half of 250 is 125. So we'll go, where's our button? This one? No, this one. So for our X position, we will say -125. So that should put it in the middle, the middle of the image on the edge of the button. I'm going to move it out a little bit more, so I'll probably say about 150, like that. And I'm going to change that image to the pumpkin that we have here, like that. Actually, let's put it back to 125, so 125, so that hopefully it's in the middle. And then I'm going to make our button slightly less high. So from 80, we'll make it about 60. And then we will move that, rather our image, place that somewhere in line with our button. So put it back at -125. That looks fine. So I don't really know if I like that, but we'll leave it like that for now. We might want to make a custom background for our button just so that we can add some radius to the corners. But for now, let's just move this up a little bit because of the stalk thingy at the top. It doesn't look really good. We want the actual round pumpkin to be in the middle rather than full image. So we'll leave it like that. Cool. So now let's go ahead and go back to, well, we'll save this. So Command S on Mac. And then in our scene, we'll go to our level select scene. Actually, I'm going to try and copy that button that we just created from here. Copy that and paste it in here on our canvas there. So over here, I think for now we will make 3 of them. So this one will be easy. Why am I capital? Easy buttons. Easy button, and this one will be medium. This one will be hard, like that. Okay, so the medium one we will put in the middle of the game, or in the middle of the page, or whatever it's called, the scene. The easy one we will move up a little bit, and then the hard one we will move down a bit. Okay, so the easy one, our middle one is at 000. We want the easy one to probably be at 100. Let's go 125. And then the hard one, just to make it equal, we'll put it minus 125. So it's equal distance. So that's what our level select is going to be. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move all of these down by a little bit so that we can put a title over there, saying like something like level select or something along those lines. And then in our button, we need to change the text because we don't want it to say play. We want it to say easy for our easy one, obviously. Medium for our medium one. And for our hard, we want it to say hard. And then what else do we want to do? Let's go ahead and put in that title. So let's go UI text. Move this up here, and here we'll say level select. We want this to be massive, so from 36 we'll say about 60 maybe, or even bigger than that. Let's say about 100. Let's go and change the size of it. Let's go do that. We'll put it in the middle. We will bold it, we will center it wherever that is, horizontally and vertically, and then I want to make this bigger, probably about 150. We will change the font. Hopefully we can find a nice Halloween themed font, like a spooky font that we can use. But for now, let's try and make this dark black, like that. Cool. So for that, we'll leave it like that. We will go and change the anchor of it so that we'll anchor it to the top, I think. And then we'll just move it down a little bit like that. So what else do we need to do? I think that should be it for our level select. So now that we've got everything designed, let's go and create a script that will allow us to control everything. So I'm going to create a new folder. Now assets folder, there we go. So here, this is going to be scripts. And then in here we'll create a new C# script. I can't really say that properly. So let's say this will be menu manager. Clearly I can't talk today. And then we need another one for our level select. Level select manager. Okay, so what are we in? We're in our level select here. So we might want to add a back button over here. Let's do that quick. So hard, we'll copy and paste that and move that down by, I think it is minus 125. And then we will change the text to be back. Actually, let's keep it as capital. And then I think we'll change the font color to black. Bold, centered, both horizontally and vertically, that's good. Okay, that should be fine. We'll leave that like that. Yeah, that should be fine, I think, for now. So let's go ahead and work on that script. So what we want to do is we want to create a manager in our hierarchy. So create an empty game object, and we will say manager in here, and then we'll go ahead and add on that level select manager, a script that we just made. So just go and edit that by opening it. What we can do in the meantime, while that opens up, we can do the same in our other scene, in our menu scene. Let's go save that and jump into here and create a new empty object and call this manager. And then on here we want to add in our menu manager script, and then we will also go and edit that. So what we've got our assets, we have got our scripts. Okay, so our menu manager, we first of all, the only thing that I think we'll need in here is our what is it called? I forgot. Using scene. What is it? Unity engine dot scene management. That's what we want. So we are going to need this exact same thing in our level select manager again. For now, I think we'll go ahead and get rid of that because we don't really need that, I don't think. Same in here, we'll go ahead and delete that. We don't need that, I don't think. I do want to make another script, and that will be called a global script. So let's go and create a global script. We can open that up, and then in here, this for now will only have have our text references, so our static string fields, variables that we're going to use to name our, or use as names for our scenes. So here let's go and say public static string. It's going to be what is it called? What's our first scene called? Menu scene. So this will be menu scene is equal to menu scene. So this has to be exactly the same as the name of our scene, including uppercase, I think. Yeah, so that's fine. Same for our level select scene. So let's say level select scene. And then in here, this is going to be level select scene. Cool. For now, I think that's all we need. I think, yeah, that's all we need for now. So in our menu manager over here, we are going to need a public method, public void play game menu, play game method. And then in here, all we will do is say, what are we going to say? We are going to say, I've forgotten. How do you do this? Scene manager dot load scene. There we go. And then we'll say global dot level select scene. So that's the one we want to load. So we'll save that. And then in our level select manager, we want to do the opposite. So we want to say public void back. And then in here, we will say scene manager dot load scene, and then this is going to take us back to global dot menu scene. So that will take us straight back to our menu scene. So save that and then jump back into Unity, and let's go and link all of these so they actually work. So what are we doing? In our main menu, we want to add a on-click event to our button. So let's go here, scroll down and add one on there. we will drag in our manager so we get access to the script. So what is it? Menu manager. What is it called? Play game, there it is. So we'll save that. Then we'll jump into our level select scene and do the same thing. So here we've got 3 buttons, so we need to do it 3 times. Actually, I'm going to select all of them, and then I am going to add one onto it and then drag in our manager. So hopefully that will add it onto all of them, which it does. So now we just need to go and select, oh, what am I doing? We need to go and select the, actually we haven't done that yet. So we'll leave that for now, but we have done it to our back button. So let's just rename this quick and say back button. And then on our back button, we want to use our level select manager to go back to the main menu. So if we go into our main menu here, and I think we need to go to File, Build Settings, and we need to, we need to go into our level select scene because that's the one, that's the second scene we created. Go into our build settings and add open scene into that, because if you don't add this in here, you won't be able to go from one scene to the other. So we'll add that into there, and then we will go back to our main menu scene, and let's play the game quickly and see if this works. So here we have a button that says play. You can press all of them. Obviously the play one takes you to the level select scene, and let's see what happens if we press back. It takes us back to our main menu scene. So there we go, those 2 buttons are currently working, so that's good. So in the next episode, in the second episode of this series, we are going to start working on, what are we going to work on? We're going to start, I think we're going to start working on like when you press on a level select that you want to play, either easy, medium or hard, we will start working on that game scene so that it instantiates all of the cards onto the scene, into the scene, and like lays them out in a grid kind of way so that you can start playing the game. So that's what we will do in the next episode. So if you enjoyed the series and you are in the Halloween mood, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to, and if you want to follow along with this game series. It should be a little bit fun. It's not going to be long at all, I don't think, hopefully, as long as everything goes according to plan. I say that I haven't actually made a plan, but yeah, we will try and get this done within a couple of weeks, hopefully by the end of October, because that will make sense. But yeah, that's it for this episode. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.